Hey, Shalom, Shalom Akim, of course, call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and Shalom to the Akim out there and the elect, which consists of the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here from the coming nuclear destruction, all right? I'm the brother Zion Allah of the DC camp, coming at you with another questions for the Christian church, as I like to do. Because, you know, they always like to try to ask us stuff and stuff like that. So I pose the questions back on them, okay? In hopes of reaching to the elect that are still in that Christian state of mind, so to speak, okay? All right, so the questions for the Christian church today would be, all right, do you guys go off of biblical lineage? Okay, do you guys go off of biblical lineage? All right, because the reason why I pose that question is inspired off the elder Manat Zakba, you know, Shalom to the big bro in South Carolina. He recently did a video on Geno Jennings, Biblical Mixed Theory Destroyed. And when you click on the video, Geno Jennings is basically addressing the Hebrew Israelites by way of, I believe, the IUIC, because he said the purple gang, all right? And as he's addressing what he believes is all the Hebrew Israelites, or just the Hebrew Israelites, he says, he basically goes into slavery. You know, that same, you know, story that's been handed down, that the black woman has been raped, you know, by the so-called white man, which is Esau, by the way. And therefore, the offspring that came out of that, a lot of that, were us, basically. You see? And he's saying any one of us, he's saying basically if we came from slavery, then we have white blood in us. We're mixed blood and stuff like that. So based off of that alone, which part is going to be delivered and which part is going to be doomed, so to speak. And he keeps saying hell. There's no such thing as hell, but that's another thing. All right? But based off of him, he's saying based off of what part in our body, which blood in our body, which one's going to be delivered and which one's going to be doomed, because we all have white blood in us. Number one, the scriptures don't go off of DNA, okay? All right, because our forefathers got busy with the other nations, so guess what? You already had some of the other nations' DNA already. As a matter of fact, Judah, who did Judah deal with? Okay, they dealt with Hamites. A lot of the Israelites dealt with Hamites to rebuild the nation. When you consider the patriarchs, the 12 patriarchs and things of this nature, what woman do you think they were getting there? Obviously, they wasn't getting with other Israelites because they were the Israelites. They was the starting fathers. All right, so they were getting with women of the other nation to build the nation. And guess what? The offspring of that, whoever they got with, still came out as an Israelite. So just jumping up to the point in slavery, you got to go back farther than that, you see? But that's to stick on the issue of slavery. That whole thing that we have we all been, all the black women been raped during slavery, so therefore all of us go back to the so-called white man. Well, let's get into that a little bit. How is lineage found? Okay, because like the elder said, what about all the Jake men that was in slavery? How did that line stop? All right, let's go to the Bible. And bear with me, because I'm just getting the same scripture that we always get, but I'm just expounding on it in the spirit, as the spirit flows like water. You see, this is Numbers 1 and verse 18. And it says, bear with me, obviously, I'm driving. And they assembled all the congregation, all right, on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their polls. And when you get into that, what happened? They declared their pedigrees, which is lineages, okay, by the house of their fathers. So you are who your father is. All right, fast forward, because Christians like to deal with only the New Testament for the most part. Yahushai's lineage, whom you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. His lineage, when you go through it, it dealt with men. Now, when you go through that, particular men dealt with heathen women. So was the offspring, for example, let's go to, since I'm already here, you know, holding the Bible, let's go to Matthew, the 1st chapter. All right. This is Matthew 1 and verse, I'm going to jump down. This is Matthew 1 and verse 1, and I'm going to jump down. The book of the generation of Yahushua, Hamashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Okay. The generation of him. Now we're going to jump down to verse 5. And Salmon begat Boaz, a Rahab. Okay. All right. And Rahab was a heathen. So was Boaz, was he mixed? Did he have Hamite? Was he a Hamite because he had Hamite DNA in him? Okay. No, he was still of the line of Judah, because this is even showing you the Lord's lineage as he comes off the line of Judah, going all the way back to Abraham. All right. It says, and Salmon begat Boaz of Rahab, and Boaz begat Obed, okay, of Ruth, and Obed begat Jesse. See that? Begat Obed of Ruth. So is Obed, is he mixed Moabite, mixed Judah? All right. No, he's a Judite. All right. And it goes all the way down to Yahushua. All right. Now, and the other thing they'll say is, well, we know that Yahushua, or they'll say Jesus, right? They'll say that we know that Yahushua is Judah because of Mary's lineage. But I have to pose this question as well. Who was Mary the cousin of? Okay? I'll put it to you this way. Was Jesus, whom you call Jesus, okay? Was Jesus, which we say Yahushua, was Yahushua the cousin of John the Baptist? And if he was the cousin of John the Baptist, how so? These are my questions to you, because that would mean that Mary somehow is related to Elizabeth, okay? To make that that union happen, to make them cousins. That means Mary's mother could have been a Levite that was related to Elizabeth's mother. But Mary is still a Judite because of her father when you go through Mary's lineage. Now, is Mary a mixed Judite, mixed Levite? What tribe is she from? Going off that logic. All right. She's from the tribe of Judah because her father was Judah. She's not mixed Levi and mixed Judah. Okay. I'm talking about the specific tribes. She's a Judite. You see that? So again, my question to the Christian church is, do you use biblical lineage? Because the scriptures doesn't talk about DNA in mixed lineages at all whatsoever. Another one. Let's go to the book of Judges. I like to always get this, and bear with me, obviously. All right. I'm a random non-driving ass person to hit the brake. All right. This is Judges 11 and verse 1. Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of an harlot, and Gilead begat Jephthah. Now we know that according to our laws, our women are not supposed to be harlots. Okay, so this particular harlot was a heathen, and Jephthah was the product of that. You see, he was the son of a harlot. It says, and Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wife's sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah and said unto him, thou shalt not inherit in our father's house, for thou art the son of a strange woman. See, thou art the son of a strange woman, but guess what? The father isn't strange. Okay? The father isn't strange. Get over. Okay? They mistreated him because the mother was the, that's a funeral. The mother was a strange woman, but guess what? Gilead was still the father. You see? All right. Now you keep going. It says, then verse 3, then Jephthah fled from his brethren and dwelt in the land of Tob. And there were gathered vain men to Jephthah and went out with him. And it came to pass in process of time that the children of Ammon made war against Israel. And it was so that when the children of Ammon made war against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to fetch Jephthah out of the land of Tob. And they said unto Jephthah, come and be our captain, that we may fight with the children of Ammon. And Jephthah said unto the elders of Gilead, did not ye hate me and expel me out of my father's house? See, his father's house. He was still of that line. He was still an Israelite. All right. And why are ye come unto me now when ye are in distress? And the elders of Gilead said unto Jephthah, therefore we turn again to thee now, that thou mayest go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. And notice in our law also, it says that we're not supposed to put another nation up to be over us. So by that, and knowing that they were elders, they knew the law. So by that, you know that Jephthah was what? Was an Israelite. Because when you go to Gilead, all right, let's just go to Gilead. All right, when you go to Gilead, all right, it's a Ga, Allah, an I, a Da, and a Ya. Galaidya, okay? All right, Gilead, rocky region, an inhabitant of Gilead, a branch of the tribe of Manasseh, descendant of Gilead, see? Of the tribe of Manasseh, you see? So, obviously he wasn't a heathen, because what? His father was of the tribe of Manasseh. And they knew to go to him to bring him back to help, all right, Israelites at war. If he was mixed and of another nation at the same time, they wouldn't have been able to go get him because he's mixed. He's not a true Israelite. So my question to the Christian church is, once again, do you go by biblical lineage? Kol Haloyim, Yahweh Ba'Hashim Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rachal Kodash, and as always to the elect, a double shalom.